a team's got a sub in there, but no, these teams are all at full strength, and they're just beating the snot out of each other, really. And, well, G2 is the last remaining top 4 seed, and they've got to try and hold serve against Applesauce, and it looks like we're finally ready to start going.
Indeed. 5 minutes on the clock. It's going to be a best of 5 throughout the 2 semifinals, and I believe best of 7. I'll double check just to make sure, because I think we've had best of 5 and best of 7. So we'll hit up Saucy in between, but who cares? Stax, it's all yours.
Yeah, Rizzo, JNaps, and Kronovi, the team everybody knows by now. Chicago, Hato, and Zol. Applesauce, the team maybe everybody's going to know by the end of this. As Rizzo plays one to the wall, and he'll just give possession away to Chicago. Lobbing one in, Zol was trying to fake out JNaps in net. Doesn't work as JNaps makes the stop. G2 will take over. So early on, we're seeing both teams getting a good look at the net. And Zolhe is going to make a save on Hato, as this is cleared off downfield, and Applesauce have weathered the storm early on here from G2.
Yeah, good early pressure. Almost had a bit of a backfire. Hato did a great job recovering on the backfield, and we'll have to see if they can rally the troops here early on, but it's a good early start for G2. Solid offensive pressure.
Chicago lobs one in, and that's going to be Kronovi bringing it right back to the front. Doesn't get the pass down, though, and it's all about killing time. Putting more pressure on this Applesauce team, trying to starve them out. Rizzo stolen some boost, but he can't get the touch there, and a shot's going to be blocked away by Kronovi. Much has been made about Kronovi's play style. Everybody thinks they're an expert. He seemed to play a little bit more defensive during the summer series, and it worked out.
Yeah, everyone talks about Kronovi, but oddly enough, keys to success for me in this match, it's going to be G2. Whenever it's going to be G2.
Really?
It's going to be Rizzo. Whenever Rizzo plays well, G2 tends to play really well. So he's actually the guy I'm going to watch.
All right, now it's Kronovi in the corner, and he has Rizzo to his side. Not able to connect with him, though, and JNaps is going to have to circle back. Dangerous ball in front of the net, but nobody was crashing for Applesauce. And Rizzo can send it away, but he can't get possession downfield. That's going to kiss the ceiling, and Kronovi is able to send it away. And G2, it seems like they're playing with fire a little bit. They are not looking 100% for now, and Applesauce is hanging around here. No score yet in game 1, but both teams have certainly had quality opportunities. There's another for Applesauce. Zol's going to lob one up there, and it is cleared away by JNaps.
And Chicago, Zolhe, and Hato they've been on a steady climb of improvement over the past month. As we said, fell to NRG last month. This time around, take them down, get a chance versus G2. I mean, the fact that game 1 still scoreless shows good signs. They might have a good chance of taking this series.
Chicago to the corner, looking for Zol, doesn't find him. It's a turnover to G2, but they can't get anything started. And Zol's shot's going to whistle wide after Kronovi. And now they'll just play ping pong at midfield, waiting for someone to make a mistake or a passing play to open up. And Zolhe, right place, right time, making the stop on Pro.
And Zol did such a good job in the net as well. He didn't overcommit for that first pass and then still held his ground for the second one, able to make a great read on the ball, keep that net clean, and now 2 minutes remaining in game 1, still deadlocked at zeros.
Yeah, this is not G2 playing like a bunch of diamonds, just throwing anything at the net. They are putting up passing plays, and they're getting shots that maybe any other night might find their way to the net, but Applesauce playing outstanding defensively. May get a goal here as JNaps clears one away. Follow-up opportunity. That's stopped by JNaps too. And it's cleared away. JNaps putting in a lot of work here defensively. Hato's demo on Crow doesn't yield a goal. They couldn't follow it up. And Chicago doing all he can to keep this alive. Applesauce are all over G2 right now. They have been for the last 40 seconds, but they still can't break through because JNaps is set up in front of the net. He's there again, and that pass goes wide from Chicago.
Yeah, you put it perfectly. You said they still can't break through. It's like, hey, you're playing well, Applesauce, but still, you're against G2. I mean, yeah, they didn't make land for RLCS, but they are still some of the top players in North America for a reason.
Rizzo and JNaps combine to make a save, and Kronovi's beaten by Hato. Hato can't get this through, though, and it goes right back into the orange zone. Kronovi will try again. That's going to be cleared away. And now it's JNaps' turn. He can follow this up, but it's cleared away by Chicago. Good proactive defense on the backboard. Hato's got to stop this as well, and he does. And downfield it goes for Applesauce. They've held him again, but they can't get in front of the net. The miss in the corner lets JNaps clear again.
Yeah, that miss in the corner was actually really big too. We just saw Kronovi commit for that touch off the backboard just a second earlier, but a chance here. Oh, it would have been beautiful.
Chicago drops it for Zol. That doesn't work out. May have actually gone in if Chicago wasn't there. We'll never know, as Chicago throws another one to the side. That's going to find Rizzo. They're not teammates. And it's Hato. Gives this away. G2 has a chance in the closing seconds. Kronovi's shot goes high, and Chicago bounces this away. Last chance now for Applesauce. That'll touch down. We have a scoreless game going to OT.
And you know, I actually have no idea who's going to win this. I mean, Applesauce have had great defensive play. G2 themselves have had some solid offensive passing plays, but they've been able to shut everything down. And okay, I was about to say, Applesauce have also been so strong on offense, but G2 just able to make it back, make these really tight saves, and it's all going to come down to execution.
J-Naps carrying this through, and Rizzo can't finish it off. Hato with another outstanding stop for Applesauce. And everybody on this Applesauce team has really had to commit on the defensive end. Only Chicago doesn't have a save. Now he does as he stops J-Naps. And Hato can't get downfield. Boy, it's really been, when you talk about defense, it's been J-Naps versus Applesauce. Everybody putting in a lot of work. We're still scoreless. Here goes Kronovi, though, trying to take on the whole team, and he's not able to. Rizzo gets by one, though. Gets by two. Can he finish it off? No, Hato clears. And G2 have to scramble back.
Yeah, I talked about execution, and I think I kind of have to give the edge a little bit to G2. They are proven elite players of Rocket League. If anyone is consistent, it's going to be those guys. That's a good chance. Zol able to cut off the angle.
Hato misses, though. So does Chicago, and Hato's able to recover. And I would think that Zol, just watching that play, was holding his breath, waiting for someone to get there. And fortunately for Applesauce, this game's still going. But there are some cracks showing up in the armor here. Rizzo puts one off the back wall. That'll be cleared again. And Applesauce, just for their own psyche, they may need an offensive attack. They're not going to get the chance as that one's off the crossbar from J-Naps.
What a save it was. J-Naps put all the effort on defense, also trying to get things done on the other side of the boards as well. But brick wall met at the crossbar by Hato. What a save.
Well, the focus right now from both these teams is pretty incredible. Rizzo's going to throw one high, double commit defensively, but it seems like they've recovered, and it's going to be Hato that bounces this away, and J-Naps will find Rizzo, and it's, again, quality passing from G2, but they can't get through Applesauce. Even when Applesauce have a defensive breakdown, they still recover, and now they throw one downfield. Kronovi's got this easily. Been a while since we've had a good quality chance from Applesauce, and wouldn't you know it, the shots are dead even. 7 apiece for G2 and Applesauce in only game 1 of what's looking like an epic best of 5.
And you know, at this rate, we're on our way to potentially getting 6. We might get a 2-for-1 sale here for game 1. We're almost 3 minutes in.
Yeah, but look out, Kronovi on the backboard. Oh, that's trouble for Chicago. And Zol is up there with J-Naps bearing down on him. He's bailed out Applesauce again. Now Chicago's got to send this away. And everybody's got to settle down now. Kronovi up top again. He's been camping out on the backboard, but it hasn't worked out yet for G2. Now Hato downfield, but Rizzo's right there. Finally, though, Applesauce put something that resembles an attack together in the blue zone. It's very short-lived, and it's G2 watching their attack stall out as well. Here's Chicago, cut off by Kronovi. Follow-up is stopped by Rizzo.
Huge boost steal from Chicago just now. Took it right away from J-Naps, and that one stopped by Kronovi. And bordering on going towards 4 minutes now. It's going to be crazy. The boost control is going to become so important as this goes longer and longer. Eventually, someone might go too far downfield just to try and top up the gas tank.
Shot in here from Hato, from Zol. Great pass, nice shot, and good game.
And what a shot it was. Just a soft tap. Rizzo, he's staring this one down in the net. He's in a very tough position. He's not facing directly parallel to the goal line. Very tough to get some lateral distance out of it. What a great start for Applesauce. A grueling game number 1 for both teams, but eventually one missed challenge from J-Naps out of the midfield. Rizzo can't hang on to the 2v1. Great pass, and as you said, nice shot, good game.
About 9 minutes, and all Applesauce could muster, I say all they could muster, is 10 shots. Boy, they must have felt like they were getting suffocated in their own zone at times from G2. But Applesauce, the giant killers here in this bracket, take game one from the Brisk Summer Series champions, and now G2, maybe a little bit of soul searching going on here, wondering how can we get through Applesauce?
How can we get through Applesauce is right, but I still think they'll be able to rally pretty nice here in game number 2. I mean, Applesauce didn't do, like, absolutely crazy things. G2 wasn't on the back foot. In fact, G2 put together a lot of solid offensive opportunities. Just solid boost control on defense and some clutch plays being made from the Applesauce guys. And we'll see what game 2 has in store with another 5 minutes.
Almost a goal for G2. JNAP stopped by Chicago. And now we're approaching, I mean, we're up about 10-plus minutes now with G2 not able to get through Applesauce as we start game 2. JNAP's looking to center. That's going to be blocked off by Hato. And away it goes back downfield. Boy, Applesauce, their challenges have been superb. That's a great block by JNAP, so it goes right to Rizzo. And it's finally set away again, and Applesauce clear the zone. They can set up again defensively and stock up on boost.
Chicago
what a touch from Kronovi, though. Rizzo can't get enough on that shot to beat Hato.
Ooh. Hato almost lost that boost in the corner. Had he missed it, they would have been in a very tough spot defensively. Who cares? Demo comes through. Will that be enough?
It's not looking like it as Chicago takes that away from Rizzo. Kronovi off the side, and JNAPS actually plays it backwards. So Rizzo's got to retreat. And G2, right now, they may still be a little shell-shocked after getting all they could ask for and more from Applesauce in game 1. And it's looking like game 2 is going to follow suit. Here goes JNAPS. He's blocked by Hato. May still work out for G2. Okay. It does. Rizzo finally gets one by.
JNAPS, a good dish off the back wall, just goes and really gets this one, forces the challenge out of the defender, and the positioning on the wall so good. Chicago, it's a long drive back from the midfield. Rizzo aware of that. Good placement off to the left side, just out of reach. Finally on the board after, what, 11 minutes?
That's what it felt like. For G2, it must have felt like 11 days. G2 downfield again, and JNAPS is denied by Chicago. That clear comes all the way back. And JNAPS going to find Kronovi. Here's another passing play that's going to be broken up by Hato. And now Zol looking for Chicago. He's up a little late for that, and Kronovi's able to challenge. You know, the speed of G2 is generally their biggest attribute over a team like Applesauce, a team that maybe might not move as quickly or think as quickly, but it is not serving them well now. Applesauce have answered the challenge. They are trailing right now anyways in game 2, but they still have that game in hand. We'll see how long that lasts, though. G2, they're looking strong now, but they're going to give away possession again, and Hato can't get by Kronovi. There's Zol. He'll pop one up for Chicago. That goes off to the corner, and one more touch needed, and it's not coming in just yet. Zol will try, and that misses as well. So now Applesauce are at least getting in the zone, but they're not getting in front of the net.
Yeah, that's the first step, though. At least be on the right side of the field. Again, some back passes coming out of the orange side from G2 this time around. Zolhe in the 1v1, though.
That's up top, and a defensive breakdown from G2. Chicago capitalizes, and we're all tied up.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago was really just out there to go and, I think, wanted to grab mid-boost as it spawned. Unfortunately, didn't happen. However, sometimes you're in the right place at the right time, takes good care of the ball, keeps it close, doesn't try and rush the play, lets his team get upfield, and sets a nice pass up off the back wall, and it's a good finish.
So G2 will try to set up again on offense after they've given up this lead. Still right at the later mid part of game 2. Hato's going to clear this back downfield. It kisses the ceiling. And Kronovi will just dump it off to the corner, but Hato's waiting. Can't find Zol. And away it goes for Chicago. He barely got there as Kronovi had beat him to the ball, but Chicago was in good position. Kronovi's going to try again. Doesn't get the second touch. Doesn't need it. It's going to be cleared away anyways.
Big touch right there from Hato after landing. The missed challenge initially, thankfully, got a second chance to at least throw it back into space for contest for both teams. If he didn't get that touch, almost certainly a goal for G2 just now.
Here goes JNAPS, his shot over Zol. No, Zol's going to make the save. And this game remains deadlocked with about a minute to go. G2 going to set up again. Kronovi up way too late for that from Hato. And Zol can't beat JNAP to this ball. It's almost on target. And Hato beats Kronovi to the punch. That's a good challenge by Hato as well. Downfield it goes. Zol and Kronovi battle.
Ooh.
Chicago flying in, can't get a piece of it. Zol's shot's going to be sent away by Kronovi. Didn't have the pace or the accuracy. And now we're in a holding pattern with 45 seconds to go. And this game looking very similar to game one, a low-scoring affair. Plenty of chances, but nothing getting through, and actually less so than in game one. We're not really seeing many shots at all. Both teams are at 4 or less. 30 seconds left, and Chicago doesn't get the angle he wanted there. That's going to pop up at a double commit. They've got to race back.
They do have to race back, but Zol did secure that corner boost. A nice delayed challenge from Rizzo to try and get it into the orange side of the field, but Chicago's had great touches out of the midfield. He's gone for some really difficult touches, and so far hasn't come up empty with one yet. So if he's able to keep getting those big touches when his team really needs it, might make the difference, and he makes another one there. They go into overtime, the second game in a row.
2 games have gone into overtime, and this one may, if it goes even half as long as the first one did, we'll have played 3 games in the time it takes to, or we'll have played 2 games in the time it takes to play 3. This bounces out, and Kronovi's got it. But all it is just token pressure right now for G2. Demo from Kronovi doesn't result in anything as Rizzo has that bounce up and away from him. And Chicago is back in the fray, and he's able to clear this again. Chicago wasn't outstanding in game 1 defensively. He has picked it up in game 2. He's got a couple of saves.
Ooh.
Now Kronovi battling with Chicago. He recognizes that's the guy you got to stop. And Chicago's able to force his way through and make the stop anyways.
Yeah, in game number 1, Hato, definitely the defensive wall sitting here in the backfield, even hanging out in the third-man position here in game number 2. But so far, as you said, Chicago's really been the man with the plan on defense right now. Hato's kind of just saying, you guys go play offense. I'll make sure nothing really bad happens.
Kronovi makes a stop on Chicago. Dangerous spot there for G2. Now Zol trying to throw this across. And the shot comes in late from Chicago. Kronovi was waiting for it the whole time. Now Chicago bringing another one in. Hato's up for it, and Rizzo comes right out, clears it away. Hato never really had a good line on that. It's a chance for G2 on the counterattack, but nothing comes from it just yet. Off the ceiling. Now it's JNAP bringing one in. This could angle downward, and Hato has the clear again. Zol looking for a Hato here. That goes off of Kronovi. JNAP's missed it. Applesauce, they could really take a commanding lead in this series. But Rizzo has a clear. JNAP's actually looked like that was a fake, and it did fake out Chicago. But Hato brings this right back in. Boy, this is like a dogfight right now between Applesauce and G2. These challenges are a lot of fun to watch.
It really is, and challenge is a lot of fun to watch. Hato, as you said, a huge challenge. He jumped from so far away. This time, Chicago's in a race for it, and still in the neutral game, and that G2 positioning so good, starting to control those corner boosts. Could be dangerous here for Applesauce, but they've shown themselves they're very capable on defense in limited boost scenarios already.
Hato gets that one over Kronovi, and JNAPS has to retreat. He'll find Rizzo, or he'll look for Rizzo, and they just beat Zol to the punch. Passing play downfield. Rizzo and JNAPS trying to get around Chicago, and Zol is there. The play just developed a little too slowly. And there's the demo from Zol.
Ooh.
That ball's won. Well, the challenge is won by the ball itself. It didn't go anywhere. And now Chicago pinches this across. Nobody's going to be there for the shot. You know, hey, doesn't really matter what happens the rest of this series, whether G2 comes back and takes the series or Applesauce do win it. I think NRG are just about off the hook now. Applesauce have proven themselves to be very capable, at least here in this tournament. They are playing out of their minds right now. So locked in a 1-1 tie with a series lead over G2. But things are getting a little dangerous for Applesauce. They had a couple double commits, backflip or two, but they're able to keep G2 out of the net, and now they can work downfield again.
Yeah, Kronovi with a big challenge from really far away, put himself way out of position. Thankfully, he had 2 teammates already back. It was a chance for Applesauce to go down to the other side of the field. Unfortunately, though, rushed the clear downfield, didn't take good enough care of the ball, and let it get away from him.
Zol with a great touch, almost sprung applesauce, but Rizzo's there, sure-handed defensively, and everybody misses here. Rizzo needs one more touch as he tries to push that away from Hato. I think Hato beat him to the boost, so Rizzo's got to retreat, and this is going the wrong way for G2 in front of their net, and Rizzo clears it away. Applesauce, they haven't had great opportunities, but G2 have played with fire a little bit. Sooner or later, you're going to get burned.
Ooh, it's a good
Maybe
one.
it's here. Krenovi somehow got enough momentum coming off that wall. It looked like he had driven off the wall prematurely. He still makes the save. Here goes G2. Here goes JNAP's going to take to the skies. Follow-up shot is blocked by Zol. Another one. That one's wide. And Chicago will take it away.
And we've seen Krenovi make his fair share of tough defensive saves. Sure, out of the midfield, his challenges have been a little overstepped. But man, in front of the net, has he been unstoppable.
Chicago and Zol up for this. Hato's coming out, so nobody's at the net. Zol still sends it away. The shot was high anyways.
It's a tight one. This is definitely two for the price of one. I shouldn't speak too early. We've still got 5 seconds.
Oh, look out. Here's a shot in. Chicago! Great pass. Nice shot. Good game. Applesauce have done it again.
Man, they make me eat my words. The give and go. Chicago with a dip out into the front of his own net. Streaks downfield. Just lofts that one with a tilt backward. If he had really powered that one in there with his nose, I'm pretty sure the defender is able to just jump and time that one. But since it was coming in a little bit slower, I think that allowed a little bit of extra time for the defender to just float further back into the net and just couldn't make up that extra distance. What a shot from Chicago. Great setup. And man, have Applesauce had to work. But G2, they've got the mountain on their team, but they need some climbing gear.
Yeah, they've got a mountain to climb. As Chicago, Hato, and Zol, Team Applesauce. I get the feeling they may not be Team Applesauce for too much longer. Give it a couple of months. This is going to be Game 3. G2 on the brink of elimination after Applesauce have taken 2 grueling overtime victories. G2 scored first in Game 2. It was finally their first goal of the series. And now they're trying to score first in Game 3, then try to hold that lead. Here's Zol, though, for Applesauce. He'll get a shot off. That's going to be right at Rizzo. And G2 will work back downfield. JNAPS, he'll try to follow this up, and Chicago sends it away. And really, I think the key for Applesauce is, again, strong, very strong backboard defense, and their challenges are on point.
Yeah, but a big missed challenge there out of the midfield. Chicago needs this one. Once again, does not come up empty. When he's needed to make a touch, Chicago has been there every time so far.
JNAP's very ambitious play there, not able to make contact. And Hato's going to have that away past Krenovi. That's an ambitious challenge as well. And it leaves JNAP's all alone, but he's going to make a save. That'll give G2 time to get back as a unit. What a pass, though, from Hato. Unfortunately, Chicago didn't believe, and nobody was crashing the net.
Yeah, I don't know if you can really blame Chicago for not wanting to push really hard on that one, especially against a team like G2. It's very rare you'll see him come up with a big whiff right in front of the net.
And who are we to argue with the results? Again, they've got 2 overtime victories here. Now Krenovi going to try to play one in. Tried to play that behind Chicago. Now trying to run interference, and it's not going to work. Hato going up, and JNAPS couldn't take him out. And this will kick all the way down to the blue corner. And G2 will have to reset. And they'll have to do so without Krenovi. Here comes Chicago. Rizzo's going to have this one easily.
What a crazy read off the ceiling that was from Chicago. I thought for sure there was no way he was going to make it. And even on the way out, running havoc in the G2 backfield with the demo.
Hato gets by Krenovi after the respawn, and that's just going to be cleared away. Doesn't seem like Krenovi's been all that comfortable in this series. They've demoed him a couple of times in this game, and I think they've got him a couple times before as well. Here's Rizzo looking for Krenovi. Back to Rizzo, and they just missed the mark. Oh, what a nutty play they had planned there. It just didn't work out. And now Chicago battling with Crow. That's going to be taken by JNAPS, but he can't get onto it again. It actually kicks off of him and back downfield.
Man, what a crazy read again from Krenovi out of the net.
Now Chicago got another demo. This time JNAPS, I think that's 2 for him. 3 as a team for Applesauce. They're getting very physical now on this G2 defense. Zol will center one here, and just out of the reach of Hato. They were looking for a lead in regulation, which Applesauce has not had all series. They were scoreless going into overtime in Game 1. They had to come back from down a goal in game 2. And now Chicago is going to clear this away, and G2 will come right back in. Krenovi beaten by Zol with 2 minutes to go, at least in regulation. Krenovi got a bump there, it looked like, but it doesn't result in anything just yet. It's more pressure for G2, but not more shots and not more goals.
Yeah, and more importantly, they have to concede possession. Rizzo, no boost, bar down and in. Zol, you're a god. My goodness.
Yeah, what a read here from Zol, too. He knows this is off the crossbar, so he puts himself exactly where he needs to be. Didn't try to boost up towards the ball. If he had, he probably would have flown right over it. And it's a first lead of regulation for Applesauce, and it comes at an opportune time. They're 100 seconds away from knocking off the final of the top 4 teams. G2 needs a goal here or they're done. As Krenovi plays one to the corner, and Zol's going to clear it away.
Oh,
Chicago,
baby.
that's on target. What a play.
What a play's the right way to put it. Zol sees it too. He says, go and get it, big boy. Chicago says, thank you very much. And again, doesn't even use any boost. Just jumps, gives it a little flip out into the far side. G2 trying to make something happen in regulation because we know goals have come at a serious premium. 2 overtimes in the first 2 games. And now they just get caught too far forward. Chicago made them pay.
Krenovi can't really win that challenge cleanly. Rizzo's looking for a teammate. He's barely going to find JNaps. And right now, G2, they look like a team that is in desperation mode, looking for anything to work. Hado's just going to pop this over JNaps, steal some boost, and run away laughing, sticking his tongue out at him as he drives away. It's just good enough to waste time right now. Here's Chicago, off the backboard. He's got a teammate waiting, but JNaps is going to beat him there. And Hado just going to lob another one in. That's all Applesauce need to do. Hold this lead for 50 seconds. JNaps' second touch goes wide. Well, we're used to seeing him drop those right in, but not this time. And Applesauce are going to clear another one away, and more precious seconds come off the clock.
Precious seconds is the right way to put it. 2 goals in 30 seconds is tough, but we've seen good passing plays. Here's another one.
Oh, JNaps, great shot, just wide. That had beaten the defense, but it didn't beat Old Ironsides. The post makes the save. And now JNaps bringing another one in. They've only got 20 seconds. We've seen G2 here before, and they have scored in bunches fast. But right now, they look like a team that is about to be knocked out. Chicago keeps this away. Only 7 seconds. If they're going to have a chance at a kickoff goal, they need to score right now. And they're not going to. Time has run out on G2. And Applesauce, they're going to be a household name soon enough. They've knocked out NRG. They've knocked out G2 in a sweep.
David, meet Goliath. Applesauce, hello. Welcome to the top level of play party. I mean, it was really tough for me to bet against G2 here, but Applesauce, they showed themselves very capable last month in the Team Beyond Astro. They looked very, very solid versus NRG. Yes, they went down 0-3, but there were some close matches. This month, took down NRG. Now they go 3-0 into the grand finals. They will at least get a well-deserved payout from this month.
Yeah, no kidding. And more importantly, they put a big feather in their cap, having knocked out NRG and G2, 2 of the titans in North American Rocket League in the same night. And boy, did they ever look good against G2 here.
Yeah, did they ever. Chicago especially, so many clutch touches out of the midfield. The defense really solid all the way through for G2. Unfortunately, I just couldn't stop 1 or 2 of the shots. And that's all that really was the difference maker. Every single one of them, with the exception of Game 3, 1-goal games that all went to overtime. And credit where it's due, Applesauce played phenomenal defense as well. G2 had some brilliant passing plays. The only way you stop those is if you don't get over-aggressive, get too antsy in the backfield, and really figure out what is happening on the pitch. They did just that. They will move on to the grand finals. And with that, Stax, I think we both need a bit of a break. Go. Get up, get your snacks, get your drinks, and when you come back, we'll have the second semifinal. It's going to be Take 3 versus Genesis right here on Team Beyond. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After that absolute nail-biter of a Series 1, we get to see more great Rocket League. This time around, Take 3 versus Genesis. Take 3 defeated the Muffinmen, who won the previous month's Team Beyond $1,000 monthly Astro tournament with J-Naps, Gimmick, and Squishy Muffins. This time around, it's going to be Vince, Zane Jackie, and Chrome going up against Classics, Jay Wismont, and Leth. Leth, of course, previously of Denial, teaming up with these guys. Stax, I'm curious for your input. What do you think?
You're coming to me? You might as well go to Miss Cleo at this point. She'd probably be more accurate picking anything out of this bracket. This has been a crazy night, and I'm sure it will only continue with these guys. I mean, these are all players that, you know, you would look at them on paper and think, yeah, they're pretty much on the same level. You might give a slight edge to maybe to Take 3 just on paper, but again, this is a match that you look at this, you could play it out about 10 times, and if a team won 6, you'd be surprised because, again, you've got players that are familiar with each other. They've either played together at some point or another, or, of course, they've had plenty of experience playing against each other. Familiarity is not a concern for either of these two teams, and I can't wait to get this underway. Neither can the players. Take 3 and Genesis are underway. It's our second best-of-5 semifinal. The winner takes on not NRG, not G2, but Applesauce in the grand finals. And we'll find out exactly who it's going to be. Classics trying to bank one in. That's going to get popped up. Classics is tracking, but he comes up empty. Follow-up from Jay Wismont is sent away. And it's going to be Zane Jackie waiting patiently. He's got a full tank of boost. You know, Zane Jackie's not a guy we see very often in these community tournaments. You know, all the others, you know, they probably make it into at least a few every month. Zane Jackie just kind of shows up when he's needed, and he never misses a beat.
Yeah, that is definitely the case. Zane, he is certainly a man who you really do not get a lot of chances to see, but whenever you do, he is definitely capable of pulling out some absolutely insane. So is Vince, though. Feels like you only have to go back a couple of months, and it was Vince all that anybody was talking about. He could not lose in a community tournament, and he steps up big here to start off the semifinals.
Won the Astro Gaming 1K with @VinceRL. GG's, everyone. 1-0 the lead for Take 3. And it is Vince who provides that early goal, and he did get the pass from Zane Jackie. Now Vince looking to set up another one, but Lethamir is right there to make the stop. And now Leth going to look for a teammate. Instead, he'll just take the shot. Chrome makes one save. Jay Wismont is up there for the follow. That misses the mark, and Classics can only throw one to the corner, trying to prevent a clear, and it doesn't work out. This Take 3 are back down on the orange side of the field in a hurry, and Classics didn't really get a whole lot behind that. Didn't need to. He had help with the clear, and we're seeing a much quicker pace from both teams here than we saw in the previous match, if that's even possible. Chrome's going to pop one up here, or it's going to be popped up for Chrome. And Zane, Jackie, and Vince both have to combine to clear it away. Now Wismont looking for just a token shot in, not much behind it at all. Just buying his teammates time in a good two-man game downfield for Take 3. That's not going to result in a goal, though, and they will be lucky if they get a shot, really, as Classics and Wismont both combine there. They will be cleared, but right now, Genesis, they don't look like one unit right now. They do very much look like 3 individuals that are barely holding it together.
Well, Genesis showed up with Insole a couple of months ago for the first Beyond Astro that I got to do with JamesBot, and really, they would not have made it to that grand finals without Insole. So I think Zane, or Leth, Jwiz, and Classics, I mean, sure, they've all played together before, but they definitely still need a little bit of time to figure each other out. So it definitely could be a huge detriment. And Take 3, I mean, Zane and Vince have already shown that they've got it. Really, Chrome as well. He's proven a big master of the demo, and we'll have to see if that makes a difference here with how tight the rotations are for Genesis back on defense.
Leth wins that challenge. What a dunk. And it almost results in a great opportunity for Genesis, but again, solid defending from Take 3. Zane Jackie looking for Chrome, not able to find him. And Wismont and Lethamir, well, those two have been teammates for a while, but they're not able to connect there. And Zane's going to send it away for Vince, and Take 3 dodge a bullet. Looked like Genesis were going to get a pinch lined up, and the shot never came in. Left beaten there by Zane, but the shot's still going to be saved by Wismont. And now things have kind of slowed down. It was a very rapid-fire pace at the start of game one. Not so much lately. Waiting for someone to get a great opportunity. This is lobbed downfield. No real possession for either team. It's just throw the ball at the net.
Ooh, and it mattered.
Happen, and for Genesis, they do.
And Classics just running through the net forces Chrome to jump, and that is definitely the difference maker. If he did not have to dodge that demo attempt from Classics, certainly would have been in a much more easily defendable position to really go and get that ball. But Classics just says, you know what, make a move, and it mattered.
That's off the ceiling. It's on target, and Chrome has to make the save. Zane Jackie will send it away here, and well, here we are again, partner. We're all locked up. 1 goal apiece in game one of a best of 5, and might as well go grab a sleeping bag because we may be here for a while. Classics going to get the clear and the boost, and he follows it up as well. Needs one more touch, and he got it. That's off of Chrome, his former teammate in Genesis, and it's saved by Zane Jackie. Here goes Chrome, and not able to get downfield. Left to bring it right back in. Well, golden opportunity for Genesis, and Zane stopped that too. For Zane, it's his 3rd save. For the team, it's 6th. Genesis, they don't even have a save yet. The only shot for take 3 was Vince's goal.
Well, that's definitely the case, but, I mean, you go back to the defense that we're seeing out of take 3 right now. A lot of pressure being generated by Genesis, like you said, but still, even when they're having to play all this defense back on their own side, they're doing a nice job controlling the ball whenever they get possession, or J-Wiz and Leth can just pinch the ball out of the midfield and he can find the back of the net. It's whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a particularly flashy shot. It just needs to go in the net. 125K going in. It went in like the flash, and now there's only 17 seconds. Take 3 had a lead in this game. They've watched it completely disappear. Now Zane Jackie right down the middle, but Chrome isn't there. He is waiting for this, though, and Leth almost put it right on him. 8 seconds left, and Jay Wismont clears this away. It's an empty net back there, and Vince has to get back just to pop this in the air. And now take 3 need to go the length of the field.
Oh, no.
And they do not look like one single unit doing so, so Leth will almost finish the job.
Oof.
Zane Jackie can't quite get there. Didn't look like that ball had touched down, but who are we to argue? Genesis takes game 1 in a, well, what you could call a crazy affair in game 1.
Yeah, and it really kind of came out of nowhere, too. I thought for sure we were headed for another overtime to start off a series, but, I mean, all it takes is one bit of a crazy play. J-Wiz and Left says, hey, drive this out to your left, and he says, thank you very much. And that's all it takes sometimes. I mean, you really don't get a lot of chances to see the pinches out of the midfield as a planned shot come out too often, and when it does, more often than not, it'll really catch you off guard as a defense, as it did take 3.
And so take 3 have to recover after giving up that lead. They held it for a while and then couldn't get anything else. Again, the one shot from Vince, it was a great play, but not much going on after that. Vince trying to get downfield. Jay Wismont's going to cut him off. And take 3 on the redemption trail in game 2. Vince going to send another one downfield. We said Vince's name a lot. He has been a big part of what little take 3 has had going their way. That one's going to be popped by, look like Zane, and it's going to be high. Vince will try to get it started again, but he can't. He can't do it alone. Now that goes off of Leth, out in front,
close.
And Wismont's shot went wide. Leth even got the bump on Vince, but it wasn't enough. And now Chrome can dribble downfield, and we've seen him put some impressive dribbles together over the several months. Nothing doing there, though, as Classic sends another one away. And it's been kind of an uneventful start. Only the one shot from Chrome. Vince trying to set one up. Chrome's shot's going to be high and wide. Follow-up from Zane is wide. Now things have picked up for take 3. They got a great opportunity. And Classics blocked the shot from Chrome.
Classics needed to make a very difficult play. That was an incredibly weak clear out in front of the net. They are fortunate they didn't just concede the first goal once again over to take 3. But this time around still, at least take 3 is able to get out of their own half. They were really struggling to do that in the last game. But that being said, back on defense, as I touched on, they do such a good job controlling the ball, keeping it close, buying plenty of time for everyone to go and get boosts, so they're never really put in super difficult positions, and Classic Chrome went for 2 demos there. Classic's able to dodge his.
Now Classics whiffs here. Zane Jackie with a decent pass. Chrome was charging in, but he could not get that ball clean. It was deflected as well. That probably threw him off. And now we're down to about the 3-minute mark. Jay Wismont's shot blocked by Vince. Another save for take 3. They've had to make plenty just to hang around in this series. Left, gonna find Classics, and downfield come Genesis again. Wismont off the ceiling for Classics, and everybody misses in front. Finally, Chrome will clear it away. Ooh. It's kind of fun watching Chrome and Classics battle. Just every time one gets a ball over the other, you just gotta imagine they're just thinking, well, probably something we can't repeat on the air.
Gotcha.
Classics. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's all they're saying. Chrome, he'll get a shot. That's actually a pass to Zane Jackie. And Jay Wismont got a piece. It'll be cleared again. And we remain scoreless after the first half of game 2. Zane Jackie going to try yet again, and he's stopped. Boy, neither of these teams have gotten amazing opportunities. Here's one for take 3, and Vince converts.
And he did it with very minimal boost, too. Had to use 60 of it just to go and get that ball. Left with 20 for the back end of things. And Jay Wiz, very difficult save. How much boost did he have? Yep. Jay Wiz also on 0 boost. Advantage of position to Vince. Able to read the bounce a little bit cleaner. Jay Wiz having to come in from a bit of an awkward angle and having no boost to really go up and cut it off. Very tough play. And again, Vince back of the net first.
Classics, his pass is going to find Lethamere eventually. But Chrome's got a good clear downfield, so we saw take 3 strike first in game 1. Well, they have far more shots than they did. Actually, the roles are really reversed. 5 shots to 1 in favor of take 3 here in game 2. Wismont can't get to this. It was blocked away. Everybody misses. That's been a theme of this match. Right now, if you're Applesauce, the way you were defending against G2, you got to be watching this. Either thinking, all right, bring on either of these teams, or, uh-oh, they could be a little unpredictable. Who knows? Wismont, great pass out front. Lethamere is going to take over. And now Leth waiting to try and get by Chrome. And Chrome holds his ground on the backboard, and he'll be called on to play more defense here. That wasn't a good first touch, though, Achieves. It's going to set up another opportunity. Genesis not crashing the net. Can't tie the game. Now Lethamere. Going to win a ball downfield, but it's coming right back in. Vince is there, and Classics makes the save. So for Classics, that's 2 for him, 3 for the team. 3 for each team, actually, in the save department as Lethamere pops another one away. And Leth not able to get downfield. Again, Chrome, outstanding midfield defense, not letting Genesis out of their own zone. Now they'll get there, though. It's Wismont against Chrome. He holds his ground on the wall. And Chrome's got another solid clear, but look out, here's Wismont to the ceiling. That's trouble, but cleared away easily.
And that's been really the story of the series all the entire time we've been on this pitch for this first match. Genesis have had such great control out of the midfield. They are really shutting down a lot of the clear opportunities from take 3, but it's still not enough to find the back of the net just because Chrome in the backfield especially. Still, I'm going to keep harping on it because he's doing such a good job. He keeps the ball close, always is able to find a contest on his own half to buy time for his team to get back. That's the only reason this game is still 1 goal difference.
Take 3, have to hold on for 5 more seconds. There's time for 1 more attack for Genesis. Classics throws one to the corner. Wismont's got to track it down, and he does keep this in the air. But Zane Jackie's there for the clear. Nobody's there. Take 3 have tied the series.
Well, at least we don't get a sweep, but man, credit where it's due. Midfield challenges from Chrome. I mean, the guy only got 2nd place, only put up 150 score on the leaderboard, but that is getting the job done back on the defensive side of things. Of course, couldn't have done it without Vince. Had a great touch early on in this match. Jay Wiz couldn't find the boost to get things going, and now we'll move into game number 3. I think whoever wins this one ends up winning the series, just because it seems like it really could be a lot of back and forth, and overall, I think Genesis are going to come out on top. Even with all this solid defensive, good rotation, good challenging back on their own half, I don't think Take 3 can keep that up for 5 matches, and they've got 3 more to go. Genesis have just put on such a good show on offense, keeping the ball over in the blue zone. To me, it's only a matter of time.
Well, if you've tuned in here, you have been rewarded with some quality Rocket League. 4 of our 5 games have been decided by just 1 goal. 2 of them have gone to overtime. And Jay Wismont's going to pop this away. Early chance for take 3. That's going to go by the wayside as Zane Jackie's taken out by Left. The one game that didn't it was separated by more than one goal was that 2-0 win in Game 3 as Applesauce knocked out G2 in a sweep. It's Lethamyr popping this one into the middle. Chrome dunked on by Jay Wismont. Vince got a piece of that ball, and he'll get credit for the save. I don't think he even thought that that ball was going to go anywhere near him. He'll take the save. He'll take the result. We're still scoreless, but it could have been much, much worse.
The old adage, better to be lucky than good, right?
Yeah, well, no kidding.
Oh,
here's
what a great
Lethamyr
pass.
going to bank one in. That's an empty net set up by Lethamyr, and Jay Wismont converts.
Look at this tap out. Chrome with an unfortunate touch jukes out Vince, but what a beautiful touch right off that corner. Let says, go out to midfield, I'm going to hit you, and boy did he put that right on the money. Jay Wiz, all he had to do was time that one. He could have hit it just about anywhere on his car. It wouldn't have mattered. Still would have found the net.
And this first minute goes by. It belongs right now to Genesis. Winners of Game 1. Take 3, the winners of Game 2 almost got the equalizing goal, but Classics makes the save. Zane Jackie back over to Chrome, and Chrome's going to go up top. He does not go for the Tarzan swing, or whatever you want to call it. Instead, it's Lethamyr, his shot blocked. And it's a short-lived attack for Genesis as Classics gets back and makes the save. More opportunities, though, for take 3. A high bouncer in. And Jay Wismont's going to find Leth. He'll find Classics. Back downfield it goes. You know, we've seen in North America the team defense has gotten a lot better. You're not seeing a lot of big power clears downfield. You're seeing a lot of passing plays out of the zone, and it's really throwing some teams for a loop down at that second level. And even on the world stage, it seems like NA, at least defensively, is starting to catch up to Europe. There's a big stop there. Looked like Classics barely got a piece of that shot coming in, and we remain in a 1-0 score line, but it could change in a moment here. Genesis, they are all around that take 3 net, not able to convert.
Yeah, but you really did hit the nail on the head. A lot of the defense for North America has certainly been improving. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt among the Rocket League community, EU, certainly the trendsetters in terms of stylistic approach. Flipside, of course, responsible for the rotation system we know and use today. And ever since then, I mean, North America's been playing a little bit of catch-up. But RLCS Season 3, the gap really closed a lot. And I cannot wait for Season 4. And we're getting a taste of what good NA Rocket League could look like potentially here. Genesis in Take 3, Applesauce in G2. I mean, brilliant matches all night tonight here at the Team Beyond Astro.
Yeah, the only challenge is keeping the rosters together. Here's Left, takes that away from Jay Wiz, and this could be trouble for Genesis, trying to hold on to a 1-0 lead with 2 minutes left in Game 3. It's Vince to his own back line, and he's going to get that away from Classics, and that's going to pinball around. I'm sure Chrome called that out. I don't know if everybody else on Take 3 was ready for it. This is going to bounce off the backboard, and Zane Jackie's blocked by Left. Follow-up from Vince. Here's Chrome to finish it off, and Classics makes the save. How good does that have to feel for K6?
Man, and I went to Chrome because I was sure that was fine in the back of the net, but K6, my goodness, dodged a demo attempt, still got the car wrapped around the ball to throw it out. What a miracle save, and what a well-earned save it was.
The game of one-upsmanship between the toxic waste teammates, Chrome and Classics, continues. Classics got the upper hand for now. Lethamyr downfield, trying to get a pass off, didn't get a clean touch, and Vince will take out Classics. That's going to be trouble back the other way, and it's still trouble. Classics pops it over Chrome. Zane Jackie trying to drop this in. He can't tuck it in under the corner, and with a minute to go, Genesis still somehow have a lead.
There we go.
Vince ties it.
The man with the plan is Vince. Such a great setup from Chrome. Kept it far away from the defender in net. If that goes any closer, Classics tries to go up and get that one out of there quickly. But because that pass was placed so far away from the net, thought he would have a little bit of time. And Vince, A-plus placement towards the top shelf.
And yet again, a close game. It's Game 3 this time. Both these games so far have been decided by only one goal. Vince trying to make the difference here for Take 3. And he really has been the difference in this series. Got a couple of goals, and
it's got all 3.
He's backed up his play. Yeah, he's got them all, actually. You're right. That's going to be cleared away. Zane Jackie giving chase. Leth is right there. Vince will make another stop. You look at an MVP in this tournament. Right now, it's Vince, regardless of the team. Left shot's going to be blocked by Chrome. That was with Jay Wismont bearing down on him. Now there's only 13 seconds, but Genesis are keeping the attack alive here. Classics off the corner, loose ball in front, and Vince gets there ahead of Jay Wiz. 3 seconds left. Time for one last shot from Wismont. That's high, and then spiked down by Vince. We'll go to overtime again.
Great play by Vince to come in and smash that one out. Zane Jackie in a very difficult spot. Limited boost, out in front of the net, ball coming off his backboard. They were asking to get scored on. Vince shuts it down. Classics, what? Oh my goodness. No. The floor is salt, the walls are salt, the ceiling salt, to quote James Bot. What an attempt, but it doesn't matter. Chrome finds the back of the net to end it 11 seconds in.
Classics has got to feel robbed right now. I mean, he did all he could to keep that out of the net. It was, what, 90% across. It actually came out a little bit, and it must have had enough spin when it hit the right-hand post that it just went back across the goal line and in. Incredible sequence, and take 3. Well, like you said earlier, sometimes it is better to be lucky than good, and they've got a 2-1 series lead now.
Man. I don't actually have anything else to say beyond that. Nice try, Classics. Good shot, Chrome. Let's go on to Game 4.
Yeah, Classics. Let's get him in an interview, see what his thoughts are. And kids, mute your headphones. It's going to be Vince bringing one in. Lethamir has the clear, so now Genesis down a game. They're facing elimination somehow after that crazy sequence in overtime. Vince lobbing one in. Chrome is there. Classics is going to get there for the save. Boy, Chrome put that as far away from Classics as he could. And K6 still made the save. Downfield this goes. And Chrome will pop it away. Well, for Genesis now, they've got to overcome whatever emotions they've got to be feeling after that overtime. And you look at a player like Classics, he's kind of had trouble doing that in the past.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Very competitive players. We all get a little bit salty from time to time. He's just really invested in the game, and can you blame him? Rocket League's an amazing competitive sport. I know sometimes you just really got to win.
Well, the stakes are higher in tournaments, it seems, week by week. This is the Astro 1K. Hard pressed to find tournaments that get even higher than this. I mean, you're looking at RLCS or like DreamHack territory at this point. Wismont off the crossbar. Yeah, exactly. Not much in the online scene as Zane Jackie's going to bring one through. Now left, tough angle. He's beaten by Zane. Zane's been all over the place. We've been talking so much about Vince. Zane is flying all over the field here in Game 4 and really trying to hold up his end of the bargain here for take 3.
Yeah, it's kind of what you said, though. We don't get to see a lot of Zane Jackie in between a lot of community tournaments, and whenever he shows up, he's always right where he needs to be, making the plays that need to be made. Definitely an unsung hero so far. Definitely playing second fiddle to the defense of Chrome and the shot scoring of Vince.
That's going to be deflected away by Chrome and Zane Jackie. It goes back to Vince. And kind of a lot of meandering here at midfield. Finally, Classic's going to be called on to clear one away. Watch this follow through from Vince. Left somehow saves it and gets the clear, and Zane can't direct this on target. The shots continue to come in. It's a bombardment right now from take 3, and Genesis have answered the call. They've made every stop. Thank you, Lethamir. And now they can start to work downfield. Chrome's got other plans, but Leth makes yet another stop on the backboard, and we are still scoreless at halftime.
Leth as well, definitely a big factor in the reason this one's still locked up at halftime. Very well could see a second overtime in this series. 2-on-1 versus Vince. What a stop.
Unenviable position there for Vince. Up against 2 of the top players in North America. He holds his ground. Left can't get under that. And now here goes Vince. Zane Jackie trying to take out Jay Wiz and cannot. And back downfield it goes for Genesis. Again trying to stave off elimination. They're down 2-1 in this best of 5. The winner gets applesauce. Yeah, we'll have like a 6 or a 7 against an 8 in the grand finals. This is off the backboard, and Chrome will clear it away. And Zane Jackie, that's almost on target. Left had to get there for the save anyways. Right now, if you took a straw poll right now, I think you'd find take 3 have looked far more impressive here in Game 4. But goals are what matter, and so far nobody's got one with 100 seconds left. Now Wismont He'll try to center, and Chrome's going to send this away. It bounces right out in front for Lethamir. And nothing doing for Genesis. A lot of passes off the corners, but nobody crashing the net to get on the other side of those passes. This will angle downward, and Chrome, all he can do is take boost from Classics. Good enough for Chrome. Now it's back downfield for the orange net, and Leth is there. Back and forth these teams go, waiting for someone to blink.
So much time. Good opportunity. J-Wiz tries to go over 1 and under 2. Not enough, and now Classics in charge out of the midfield. Vince in a bad spot.
Yeah, he took an awkward angle for this. Zane Jackie bailed him out. Wismont coming in after Vince, and Wismont also tried to take out Chrome. Neither really worked out. Zane's going to win a challenge, and Vince will get in on the challenge as well, then take a demo for his efforts. This is in front for Leth, and a great block by Chrome keeps us scoreless, and it's a chance now for take 3. It's off of Classics in front, and Leth just throws it to the side. Not great, though, for Genesis. Take 3 have a chance. Classics going high, and the shot missed. Now we're down to 20 seconds. Genesis will breathe a sigh of relief. Still scoreless, and now they could try and win this in regulation. It's Wismont, but Chrome's going to have the clear with 10 seconds left, and time running out before we go to our second overtime in 4 games. 3 seconds left. One more shot, perhaps. It's from J-Wiz. It's nowhere near the mark, and Zane Jackie content to send us to extra time.
Man, and you can bet Classics is looking to get some revenge here. He knows he should have had that save last game, and he's like, I want to put this one in.
And first opportunity of overtime is sent away by Zane Jackie. Another demo on Vince. He's taken a couple, and Zane's shot is just high. How many times have take 3 hit that crossbar either on their own shots or off a save by Genesis? This one's lobbed in, and Vince will power it away. Chrome again in his own corner. That's not a great first touch. Classics tried to take out Zane. That didn't work out. He did avoid the demo attempt from Vince, however. Zane got by 2 defenders, but the post is the MVP yet again.
You just can't win your way into the grand finals, can you, take 3? It feels real bad. That's like it's 4, 5, maybe even 6 off the crossbar, and now you can chalk one up for the post as well. All-time save leader, the woodwork, and does it cost him? No, you're kidding. Classics bombs it wide.
All 3 members of Genesis in the box there. None could put that on target. And how fitting would it be if take 3 had scored on that counterattack? Well, that would have sent everybody on this team into a rage. Zane Jackie blocked away again. Let's going up to the ceiling. And instead, he'll just dump that off to the side, and he wins that challenge. Vince has to scramble back to the net, and he fell into the net, making that clear. Fortunately, nobody was crashing. And again, take 3 can try to work their way out. Zane with a good pass to Chrome. Again, if this next goal comes from take 3, they're going on to the grand finals to take on the number 8 seed in the tournament, Applesauce. And you may think, oh, that's going to be an easy win. You clearly haven't been paying attention. They've taken out NRG. They swept G2 with a pair of overtime wins. Here's Classics sending another one downfield, but Jay Wismont's not going to be there because Chrome took him out as we hit the 2-minute mark.
Oh, baby, there it is.
Shot in, gets by Chrome. Or gets by Leth, and Chrome wins it in overtime.
Load the catapult. Vince bombs it downfield. Chrome says, thank you very much. You are not going to find a better shot than that. Mr. Rocket Dailies, hit him up. Get that clipped. Take 3, move on to the grand final. We have an all new, like, this is a fresh grand final, Stax. Whoever wins this grand final, neither of these teams have been or won. Because, you know, you have to be in it to win. But who cares? It's a fresh, like, fresh meat in the grand finals here for these guys. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I've been shortchanging Applesauce, by the way. They're not the 8 seed. They're the 9 seed in this bracket. We have a 9 versus 7 in the grand finals. I think somewhere there's like a Stumptavian who's just looking at this bracket going, oh, man, I feel your pain.
I mean, it's going to be it's going to be something, to say the least. But if you guys are just joining us, I am, of course, Achieves. Joined alongside me is Stax. You're watching the Team Beyond $1,000 monthly Astro Tournament. It's been an absolute banger. Take 3 take down Genesis in a 4-game series. Applesauce take down G2 in a 3-game series. We're headed on to the grand finals. It's going to be a best of 7, but you'll have to catch it when we come back. We'll throw it to a short little break, And when we come back, grand final time, the $1,000 monthly.
With well over 1 billion gamers worldwide, how can every gamer elevate their experience to the next level? We took features that we find to be essential to a gaming headset: comfort, durability, and communications, and distilled them to their core components. For the A10, we revisited the roots of our design process.
We looked at our previous headset lines and we came to the conclusion that there were some essential features that every headset needed to have, and those are durability, high audio quality, and comfortable for long-lasting play sessions. And we believe that with the A10, we really managed to deliver those at an accessible point.
The A10 upholds Astro's standard of high-fidelity audio in a light, durable, comfortable headset.
The quality of TV speakers just isn't high fidelity enough to reproduce all those little details that you would hear over a pair of headphones. Often the first time a gamer puts headphones on, they're amazed. They hear all these little sounds and minute details that they just lose over drivers that come from a TV.
Now every gamer can hear games the way they were meant to, and maintain crystal clear communication with their friends.
Voice communication is crucial to gaming. What we made sure of with the A10 is that we got an easy accessible flip to mute mic, so that when you don't want to be heard, you can just flick it up, and when you want to talk, you can just flick it down. It's also a boom mic, so you can mold it and put it right in front of your mouth or a little further away to make sure that everyone hears you just the way you want them to hear you.
Now, the Astro audio experience is accessible to every kind of gamer. Head over to astrogaming.com for more information on the A10.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Team Beyond Astro $1,000 monthly, but hold up, it's the grand finals, and right before we talk about that, once again, we'll go over the announcement we talked about at the start of the stream. Team Beyond will be putting on a new Rocket League tournament at the end of July, July 31st. In addition to their monthly, it's going to be a $200 Xbox One PC 2v2. And it's just because you guys in the community have given such an outstanding response to these monthly tournaments here. So they're adding another one. And as a thank you, exclamation point giveaway in the chat will give you some more information for the giveaway they're doing for a pair of Astro A10s and a Mixamp M60. Go ahead, hit exclamation point giveaway to get more info on that. But Stax, grand final time, Applesauce Take 3. Absolutely brilliant showing from both of these guys. And honestly, I think I have to put my money on Applesauce. They've been the Giant Slayers so far. Take down NRG, take down G2. They looked great in their sweep of those guys, and now they've got another one. Take 3 on the menu.
Yeah, I mean, when you looked at this bracket, of course, everybody thought, yeah, we're going to have the number 9 seed and the number 7 seed in the finals. I mean, if you didn't, I don't know what you were talking about, because I clearly picked this final. Kappa. No, this has been outstanding. Applesauce, their defense looked just unbreakable when they were playing against G2. I imagine that's what NRG had to be feeling after they fell to Applesauce in the quarterfinals. this is, again, a number 9 seed. This is a team that is, widely regarded as a team that's on that second tier, that 9 to 16 range in North America. They are making a strong case right now, even albeit in the offseason, that they should be talked about alongside the big boys, as they have knocked out 2 of them. And now this Take 3 team, again, that is not quite the star power of your NRG or your G2. They are going to have their hands full. I think there's a lot of unpredictability in play here with this Take 3 team that I don't know that Applesauce will be ready to deal with.
Well, we'll have to see what's in store. It's a grand finals, the best of 7. The teams have joined up. First place gets the lion's share, $700. Second place gets to walk away with still a solid chunk of change in $300. But it's game 1, 5 minutes on the clock. Stax, it's all yours.
It is a best of 7. This is the first step in a long series, we would expect, as Hado's going to scramble back, make a save off the kickoff, as they almost committed the cardinal sin of leaving the gate open behind them on the kickoff. And now Vince getting a shot off. Zane Jackie trying to interfere with Zol, and Zol just powers his way through to make the save. Already Applesauce being tested, and already Applesauce showing off that defense. They've got some high pings, though, as a team. You're looking at 80, 88, and 100 right now for Applesauce. While Take 3, they're playing with nothing over 48 right now. Keep that in mind as the series plays out, at least in game 1. Chrome's going to pop this up. And, he got another nice touch for Zane Jackie. That's going to be sent away to the corner. And Applesauce stave off yet another attack, but here comes Vince. He's by 2, and Chicago makes the save as the last man back.
Yeah, and Vince really going to be the man to watch. Had the vast majority of success. Of course, the semi-clinching goal over to Chrome, but once again, Vince a part of that as well. The big offensive cog in this orange rotation is that man.
Achieves. People are having a hard time seeing the game.
Oh my gosh. I swore I clicked transition. I promise I did. I promise.
This is the Astro Gaming Monthly here on ESPN Radio, presented by Granger. All right, Chrome, going to pop one up. Vince is going to be denied by Chicago. Looks like we can all see what we're seeing now, so...
Convenient,
you haven't
isn't
missed
it?
much. No goals yet here in game 1 of this best of 7. Zane Jackie gonna miss the mark here. Zol's got the clear. He's gonna turn it into a shot that's just high. And Chrome has that go off of him and Chicago. Hado's shot in. That's well wide as well. So Applesauce, they've had opportunities towards the net. They haven't put them on target. That's been their big problems starting off here in game 1. They have made all the stops they've been called on to make, except there. Hado just praying that that shot went wide, and it did.
And boy, did they ever get away with one there. Not only did Vince miss the wide net, but the second follow-through opportunity also wide. Chicago could have got things started, but about to reach the halfway point. Applesauce have had their fair share of one-game series already versus G2. Those were both very tight. Now it's looking to be more of the same here as we're halfway through game 1. Only one really strong opportunity at the hands of Take 3, and they couldn't convert.
2 saves for Applesauce. Take 3 yet to make a save. And that's going to bounce well high. And no offense to be found here. Still scoreless. Midway through game 1, that's going to pinball around off of about 3 different people. Chicago in the end is credited with a save. Take 3 still don't have a save. They may need one here. Instead, Chrome's just going to clear this off to the side. Still no shot, though. They should get a shot here, though, except Vince will clear away that loose ball in front.
Ooh, Chicago, big mistouch there. He did an excellent job all series long versus G2. Whenever a touch needed to be made, he was the one who was able to come down with it. And if that consistency starts to falter, you might see results like that. Zane Jackie throws one out to midfield. Vince slams it home.
The Applesauce were trying to all break out downfield, and Chicago a little late getting back. Vince able to capitalize, strikes that down hard, and with his 3rd shot, finally, Take 3 have a goal. They could have a lead in this series if they can hang on. Right now, Applesauce, they look like that little bit of a layoff between the semis and finals have hurt them, or not!
What?
No, they're not able to make the save. I thought somebody surely had it, but Vince is going to drop this in. Vince is going off.
Oh man, what a perfect read. He did that all with 15 boost. That third touch, I should say. He had to go up to catch the first one, but that touch as it came down off the ceiling, just gliding with 15 boost, expert boost control, and a gentle tap down into the net. Applesauce nearly able to keep it out, but right now, I mean, Vince is still on fire on offense.
And Vince going to set up Zane Jackie. Big pass downfield. Chrome got a great touch on it. And take 3. Able to keep the attack alive for a moment before this is set all the way back downfield. And yeah, this looks like a different Applesauce team. They're just up against a different beast right now in take 3. Not the usual passing plays they were dealing with from NRG and G2. A lot of very sporadic or spontaneous play from take 3, and it is working for him now to the tune of 7 shots and the 2 goals from Vince. That's off the backboard from Chicago. In from Hato, and Chrome's going to make an easy save. That's the luxury of playing with a lead. They don't really have to march their way downfield. They can pack the box defensively. They didn't pack it there, though. Hato's going to drop it in. Where was the defense from take 3?
Yeah, Zane Jackie comes out on a dribble. Vince tries to go back into the net and then says, yeah, we'll be okay. And I think he wanted to go and get some boost. And Hato all the way forward just thinking, yeah, we'll be okay. And, I mean, what can you do? You get a little overconfident on the defense. The ball gets stolen right off your teammate's nose in your own corner. And all of a sudden, the drive back seems a lot longer than you initially thought.
We have seen Applesauce score 6 goals from the semis and finals. That's actually the easiest one they've scored all night. Here's Chrome. Going to pass one over. He'll find Vince. And that's going to be deflected off to the side. Chance now for Hato. Looking for Chicago. We got a ton of pace behind it. That was at least 120 coming off the car, and it was saved away. Now Chrome to clear it with 7 seconds left. Genesis take 3, looking to put away game 1, and they just about have if they can stop one more attack from Applesauce, and they may not even need to touch this ball. They won't.
Okay.
Take 3, take 1.
So maybe the structure of G2 playing fairly well into Applesauce's hands, but like you said, it's a little more improv here coming out from take 3. They're kind of just saying, we're going to challenge the ball out of the midfield. They're going really high on the challenges because Applesauce are being fairly quick to the ball, and they're just saying, yo, if you clear it, we're going to be right on top of you, and it's going to be real tough to get it through us. So good midfield defense by take 3. We saw that a lot from Genesis in their series against those guys, and now Applesauce kind of getting a little bit of that same treatment, struggling to clear the ball effectively out of their own half. We'll see what happens in game 2, though.
It is game 2 of our best of 7 grand finals. Number 9 Applesauce and number 7 take 3. And it's going to be take 3 getting the first shot, and Zol barely saved it. That was halfway across the line up in the corner. And now Chicago's going to blow this up. Downfield looking for a pass. Got all day to set one up, and he couldn't connect with Zol. That was defended by take 3. Looked like 2 of them were actually right there to disrupt the play. And yet again, Applesauce are denied, but for how long? They're back on the attack, and Vince gets that one by Zol. That's such a tough challenge to win when you've got your opponent boosting up the wall. Well, if you can win those challenges, you instantly become one of the better players. Hato makes a save in front. Chicago's got to come in. He got just enough on the follow-up from Vince, and this goes downfield for Applesauce.
And have Hato and Chicago not been an absolute unmovable brick wall in front of their own net? Hato especially being that third man back for them all night long, and again, they come up with a big one there. And again, tight game past a minute of play.
This will roll up the wall, and Zolhe's got it. Waiting for Chrome to get a touch, and Chrome, he knows that. He was going to dribble around Zol, but it didn't work out. He ended up giving it right back, but Zol couldn't hook up with Hato, so Chicago has to just pinch that back across, and they'll try again. While Chrome gave possession away to Chicago, he couldn't convert the tough angle. Hato whiffs, and now Vince will battle with Zol all the way downfield.
Yeah, and you saw Zane Jackie playing the opposite post defense because he figured if a shot was going to come through, it was going to have to come from a more direct challenge. He was really expecting Chrome to get a much better challenge on that ball coming out of the corner. However, Chrome had been driving around on no boost. Are you kidding me? Vince takes it himself out of the corner.
Yeah, some of these players, they just think on a different level from the rest of us. A lot of guys would have just stopped boosting. He used a little bit extra to stay up in the air, make sure there's no clear, And Vince scores again for take 3. I would imagine the prize split's got to be about, what, 80% to Vince, 10% to each of the other two? This is incredible from Vince.
The man with the plan on offense. He's been that way all night. Chrome, the only other one, and he's only got 1 on the scoreboard for him tonight. Vince, definitely the go-to guy on offense.
Zol's going to come back to the corner here and try to get this around Chrome. And now a good centering pass, looking for Hato. The pass not good enough, though. It's out of his reach. Applesauce, again, all the passing and all the defense we saw in that semifinal series with G2, it has left them for now, as Take 3 have found a way to get by. They've solved the puzzle. Now Chrome, he'll get this pass off. Didn't get a lot on it. And Hato's going to clear it back downfield. The dump and chase strategy, it's working to an extent. Did Hato clip Vince on the way by?
We're about to find out, because if he did, certainly the difference maker. Chasing into the corner, doesn't quite steal the boost. Yes, he did.
He did.
He did. Just nicked the nose. Didn't get the demo, but it doesn't matter. All that halt to the momentum. Great heads-up play from Hato. They lock things back up at ones.
Now Hato's going to pop this away. Vince has that clear, and he's going to find Chrome. Chrome was up so early for this, and his shot was right on the money. It is saved away. And now Vince, he missed here. Zol's got it downfield. Quick counterattack opportunity for Applesauce as they finally found a way to get back into a game. They're all tied up in game 2. Vince with the block on Zol's shot. Hato just feathers one in. Did not get the nose of his car on that ball like he wanted to. And now Chicago just going to stall a little bit. And back go Applesauce to try again. Little slingshot approach, and it doesn't work out. Chrome will have yet another clear. Chrome's had to play a lot of defense in this series, and it has worked out for the most part for Take 3.
Yeah, Chrome has had to play a lot of defense, but I give a lot of his success on defense to Zane Jackie challenging out of the midfield. Like we said earlier, Zane Jackie has really been the unsung hero of this team. Vince, this monster on offense that he's been, and Chrome, of course, in the backfield, but Zane Jackie has been making it very, very difficult to challenge things out of the midfield. Even though he doesn't always come up with a touch, he's taking away a lot of options as they try and push up the field, but not that one. Hello from Chicago.
What a great double touch. This is not an easy angle. He's going left, and he has to bring it back to the right just a little bit. Boy, he made that look a lot easier than it is. Chicago with maybe the goal of the series. Maybe Vince has a claim to it, but maybe they'll continue to put up highlight reel goals between them. It's a lead, though, for Applesauce. 2-1 here in Game 2. Now a shot in just softly from Chrome. That's an easy save for Chicago. And now he's going to work his way from the wall. Tried to follow that up. You could see what he had planned, but it didn't work out. That first touch got away from him. Now with 40 seconds left, Zol is going to be blocked by Vince. And it is crunch time now for Take 3. Trying to at least force overtime. Chicago's got another great touch in the air, and Vince is there to send it away. Zol now to the back line with 20 seconds as Applesauce try to hold off Take 3. Trying to pin him back in their own zone so they can't get downfield. It's Vince. He'll try to clear. He's up there with Zane Jackie, so Chrome's got to come out with 9 seconds left. That's going to kick out in front. It's a loose ball high in the air, and Chrome didn't get it cleanly. 1 second left. Zol will just try to pound it against the wall, and it works out. Applesauce hang on and tie the series.
Well, we might go the distance, Stax.
Why not?
Why not is the right way to put it. Vince, monster on offense. Chicago getting things done with a great double touch off the back wall. Hato not getting too much love in the scoreboard, but man, the huge bump over on Chrome early on to get them back tied. And now we move on to Game 3. It's still too early for me to call, but I've still got my money on Applesauce. Who do you have?
Well, I'm thinking if Applesauce do win this series, I mean, they're going to be looking maybe for like a team manager. I nominate Saucy behind the scenes. He could call himself Applesaucy.
Nailed it. Number one pun.
I'll be out of here now.
You can see yourself out.
Here's Vince. Oh, he's blocked by Chicago, but there's the follow-up from Chrome. He's been quiet offensively, but he comes through here.
An exercise in patience for Chrome. And again, what boost control from Vince. That second tap coming through with just 12 boost, getting just enough on it to muscle it through that defender and throw it off the back wall again. Vince on fire, and Chrome the support man.
Off the kickoff, Zane Jackie very quickly for this off the side wall, but it's going to be taken by Zol. He'll get by Vince, but Zane is there again. Boy, for this applesauce team, they are having a tough time dealing with Zane Jackie. Obviously, they're having a tough time dealing with Vince. But Zane is equally all over the place, really causing them some fits in the midfield. But Chrome misses here. He's been called on for defense, but maybe a little too much this time.
Maybe just one. Caught in the middle of a flip. Almost had the spacing picture perfect. If he was a teensy tiny bit more angled off to his right, that ball punches off his corner and rolls out into the midfield. Sometimes you just misjudge it, though. Chicago takes full advantage.
Chrome now. Oh, he's going to have trouble here. Chicago's there pestering him. And Zane comes back to clear it away. That's going to be on target as well, and Chrome has the save this time. Not credited with one, but good enough. That's a loose ball in front. Yeah. It's an empty net, and Chicago puts in his second.
Chicago now stepping up over on offense. Hato with a great pinch off the side wall. My goodness. And the most impressive part, most of the time you see that pinch roll around the corner at 120 kph. This one just pops out at a leisurely 70 or 80 maybe into the midfield. That is like putting one on a tee and letting Chicago smash it all the way out of the park.
Well, Hato didn't get this cleanly at all. Zane Jackie's going to try and make him pay for it. Chicago's going to come in and finally finish off the clear. And now a good team play set up. Little triangle play in the side. And Zol's going to make the save on the shot from Vince. We haven't said that often. Most of Vince's shots have found their way to the net. But he's been held in check for two. Now three shots.
There we go.
Make it four. That one goes in off the post.
Sometimes you need a little bit of extra effort. Vince stays right with this ball. That's a great infield pass, though, from Zane Jackie. There was no way anybody from Applesauce was going to be able to shut that one down. Directly lateral, and a great follow-through on Vince off his own touch. The bounce helped him a little bit, but still, great setup from Zane.
Chrome is going to pop this now. He's going to try to take it himself, and he almost scored it. It was off the post. He had beaten the defense. We've seen that a lot. We've seen defenders getting beaten, but the post is making the save. And it happened there again. That's why we're still tied. But we've seen just about every game be a defensive struggle for both teams. This has been an offensive explosion, so to speak. 2-2, 2 minutes in. And Chicago's going to win that challenge out against Vince. Here comes Hato, but Chrome is right there.
Again,
that
tough
is a
clear.
Spectacular clear. Now it's going to be popped up by Chrome, and it's Zane looking for Chrome again. Couldn't find him, but he's going to get in front of Hato's clear attempt. That's great recognition by Zane. Great positioning. And now Vince. This could be for himself. It's off of Zol, and he'll give way to Chrome. Here comes Zane Jackie. That's going to be wide as well.
And this is a best of 7, by the way, for those of you who are just joining us. Applesauce took down NRG in the quarters, G2 in the semis in a sweep fashion, and now they find themselves deadlocked in the semifinals, 1-1 apiece. While, if we take a look over on the Take 3 side, they had to go through Rogue. Oh, my mistake. They had to go through... Yes. They had to go through Gold Diggers, the Muffin Men, and Genesis in 16 quarters and semifinals. But here, Vince once again off the back of the net, and that is 3-2, and that's the lead.
Yeah, if you haven't been tuning in, you came at just the right time. It's just Vince scoring another goal. And you know what? For Vince's goals, that might be the most boring one he's scored all night. He has been lighting up the scoreboard. He has been lighting up the highlight reel as well. He's got 2 of the 3 here for Take 3, and he doesn't show any signs of stopping in the series. He's got another opportunity. That one's going to be high, and he can't follow it up. There's the follow from Chrome, and Chicago clears it away. I think Chrome's going to want that one back. That was a very juicy rebound that he put wide. And now Hato coming in. Had a line to shoot at, but he pushed the shot wide. Couldn't get around in that octane. And now Vince off the ceiling, off the backboard. Chrome misses high as well. That's 2 in a row that Chrome's, by his standards, should probably hit. Now watch out on the rebound. Zol takes advantage of a rare miscue from Zane, and we're all tied up again.
Yeah, mistakes, the name of the game right here. Just not able to get there fast enough, and Zol with the quick reactions, noticing the miss, finds the back of the net, and man. What do you think, Stax? How many overtimes have we seen? 4 tonight?
We have seen 4, and we will probably see at least 2 more. Could have one here as the teams are locked up 3-3. You gotta imagine, though, we get to overtime, it probably wouldn't last very long the way they're scoring.
Oh, what a pass.
What a pass! What a pass, and Vince has a hat trick.
A great infield pass play from Zane Jackie earlier. This time around, he's just the setup man, says, Vince, here you go. Directly out of the midfield, and again, so important to keep that ball away from the defender. If that has any angle towards net, defender comes out and smashes it all the way back downfield. So important to keep it far away. Chrome does just that. Vince has no trouble.
Between our semis and finals, it's the first hat trick.
Wow.
And Chicago's going to answer back with one of his own.
I mean, I know we've had a couple shots downtown from Chicago, but it feels like we're in Texas with this shootout. It's 8 goals in 4 minutes and still deadlocked. 8 goals and we're deadlocked.
This is almost as many goals as we've seen on stream the entire time up to this point.
Yeah.
Here's Zol. He'll clear one away, and that's going to be intercepted by Vince. And Chrome's got it back downfield for take 3. Phew. 8 goals in those first 4 minutes, like Achieves said. Again, we haven't seen anybody score more than 2 goals in a single game up to this point. Now Zane. Oh, he's up to the ceiling. We've seen this, but he doesn't get one by Chicago. And Vince actually stopped Chicago from getting a clear. A double commit defensively for Applesauce. This could be trouble for them. But it is finally pounded away back to the take 3 zone. And Zol's going to take to the skies now. Zol, what a pass across, but Hado's not up for it. He's content to take boost. Boost over ball may be costly, though. Chicago's going to make the save. 17 seconds. Another one lobbed in. Chicago stops that too. He's done it all on offense and defense. Needs to hang on for 10 seconds to at least force overtime. Or maybe they could get downfield. Hado got it away. Zol found it. Blistering shot.
There it is.
Crossbar. And Chicago with his 4th.
My goodness, a hat trick and change. Hado downfield to Zol off the back wall. Chrome, I mean, hats off to you. That is one heck of a play you have to make. We actually had just finished switching off his cam. He didn't have a lot of boost to work with. Monstrous effort, but just too well placed off the back wall. Chicago slams it home, and that'll do it for game number 3. Applesauce take the lead in the series.
We wondered if they would be able to win a shootout after all those defensive grinds with G2 and even the first couple of games of this series. That answers that question. Chicago answering Vince blow for blow and then one-upping him at the end. What a play by Applesauce as they win it in regulation and they take a series lead.
And the big thing for me is that huge save column. You only see 2 on Applesauce, but the one I'm looking at is the 3 goose eggs for take 3. I mean, that speaks volumes to me. Applesauce had 6 shots, 5 of them found the back of the net, and a lot of them came from some breakaways and shots from quite far away from the net. Yes, there were a couple that found their net through a couple defenders, and those were brilliant plays, but a couple of them should not have found the back of the net. So moving forward, I think we start to see take 3 take a bit more passive approach from their third man, maybe send him back a little bit further, really make sure they've shored up that back line and think before they commit him too far forward next game.
Well, Chicago is the only one who hasn't readied up. And you know what? After scoring 4 goals on 4 shots, why not? Just take a little time. Maybe get a drink. Just take a rest. All right, 60 seconds gone by. Now we get on into game 4. And Applesauce are halfway home to finishing off this tournament. Boy, nobody would have expected this coming into the bracket. We were all looking at maybe like an NRG Rogue finale. See the 2 teams that are auto-qualified for RLCS next season. No, we're seeing a team that wants to stake its claim to one of those spots next season when it rolls around in Applesauce. But right now, they got to defend against Zane Jackie. That's off the backboard. The demo doesn't hurt. And away it goes. Take 3 going to try to come back in, but Chicago's got a big power clear. Zane Jackie, another big clear from the backboard. Well, if nothing else, that has been on point for take 3. Kind of a basic play for players at this level, but they're making it look as easy as it should. That's off the side. And Zane Jackie's going to clear away again. Uneventful start, really. Until now, Vince's shot's going to roll wide. And he even beat Chicago to the boost. He's still going to go up the ladder. But that's all about just buying his teammates time to reset.
Man, you move back towards those clears off the back wall. I mean, it's so important. It's not necessarily very difficult mechanically. The big thing about it is the timing. You have to be able to catch that ball perfectly off the back wall, and it takes plenty of practice to be able to make sure you do that. And of course, as I'm talking about clears off the back wall, Hado's just going to triple tap it to himself and find the back of the net. It's whatever.
Well, hey, Hado, we haven't seen a ton from him against Chicago. Really went off in Game 3. But Hado pulling his weight around here in Game 4. He's got the opening goal for Applesauce. And now they've scored 3 unanswered goals here going back to that last game. Chicago looking for Hado again. Strike while the iron's hot, but Zane Jackie's going to clear it away. And that goes off of Vince. Woo! That's on target. And Chicago, it's all he can do to scramble back. What a sequence there for take 3. They almost stole one.
Yeah, stole one is right, but Chicago playing very far back. Just as I said, take 3 might have to start doing. Zane Jackie in the position this time around. Chrome, look at him hunting for demos out of the midfield, says, all right, fine, you get away this time.
Yeah, but not for long. I'm sure Chrome's going to get his soon enough. Zol and Chicago both after this ball, and Vince is going to be the one that gets the demo on Chicago. Now Zane, that goes off the ceiling, and it might have thrown off Vince a little bit. Chrome shot right down the middle. Zane's going to deflect it away. That was going to be saved anyways. Now Zol, downfield, just on the wrong side of Chicago. Maybe it's a planned play as it goes to the corner, but nothing doing in front of the net. Ooh. Here goes Vince after the demo on Chrome. It almost didn't matter. Vince's shot's going to be blocked away, though, and now Chicago. He's looking for Zol. Zol, oh, he was trying to find Chicago. If that had gone in, probably just shut the stream down. He can't go anywhere but down from there.
I know, right? You find the back of the net on that one. I mean, we've seen some phenomenal shots tonight, and that's another great pass play. Pinpoint precision off the sidewall. Zane Jackie again getting things done. The setup man from above, as that is a perfect feed all the way out of reach of Zol.
How do you get good enough that you can put a pass there? It looks like Zane, the way he's been playing tonight, you could put a dime anywhere on the field and tell him, all right, hit it. And he could. He has been on point with his passing. It's surprising that Take 3 haven't scored more because of it. Zol's going to play that out to the side. Now Chrome bringing another one in. Can he win the challenge? No, Hado's got it away. And Zane's going to throw that one to the back wall. Zol is right there. So we're all tied up here in Game 4. The series is 2-1 to Applesauce right now. It's a best of 7. So it's not match point just yet. Here goes Chrome. That's blocked by Hado. Applesauce have new life here, it seems. Ooh. Zol didn't get that cleanly. Zane Jackie will gratefully take it away. And now it's a chance for a Take 3, but they can't get downfield.
And now we're really starting to see Chrome was the one having a lot of success clearing the ball downfield with the dribbles, and still having a lot of success here in this grand finals, and that's really the reason they're able to keep a very decent level of boost on this orange side of the field. Applesauce been playing well. They've got a lead in the series so far, but right now Take 3 is playing very, very solid Rocket League.
And Applesauce seem to be playing inspired Rocket League right now. They need to get downfield. Oh, everybody misses here. Vince tried to take out Chicago on his way. And now another shot, sniping the corner. That's off the crossbar. Zol had missed it, but the shot had missed the goal anyways. Now Hado battling with Zane and Zol. Now Zane bringing another one in, but Zol's got the clear. Nobody moving forward that time. And a quality shot from Chicago there. It is only his first, and it's saved away. 50 seconds left. Zane does not get the shot off. Might have been a designed fake anyways. It didn't really fool anybody. Now Chrome gonna lob one up there, and Hado's got the save.
And if you're Take 3, you need to win this game. You cannot afford to go down 3-1 here in this best of 7. At that point, you are asking a lot. It doesn't matter who you are in Rocket League. You can be the best team in the world. Winning 3 in a row is a tall task for any team.
Zane Jackie gonna lob one downfield. That's right at Zol, though, and he's able to intercept. Back and forth they go. Just playing ping pong until someone makes a mistake or we go to overtime. Hado gonna pop this up, and Chrome is already up for it. He read that the whole way. Here goes Vince. He's been a god all
Stack
night,
the
but
net.
he's saved by all three members of Applesauce. They saw Vince in the air and thought, no, we're not going to bother challenging. Just put everybody in front. We're going to overtime.
And let's see who tries to play aggressive on kickoff. That is definitely going to be take 3. 1 for the kickoff, 2 for the boost. They really earn the early pressure here, but not quite enough. Hato skitters one across his net.
And he let Zol take the boost. Zol was coming in behind him. So Hato, good team play there, is going to set them up on offense now.
Ooh.
Zol misses. Now Hato doesn't get a lot on the shot, and Vince has an easy save. Zane Jackie couldn't get it inside the dotted line, and Zol scrambles back and keeps this away from Chrome. Boy, Applesauce, they were in a real scramble there defensively. It worked out, and now Hato could try to set up the play that puts him on match point, but Chrome has the clear. Now Zane Jackie, quick recovery. His shot saved by Zol.
You know, I just realized, just to totally swing the mood here, Hato and Chrome have pretty much the exact same car with inverted colors.
You can't unsee it now, but maybe you can unsee this. What a save by Zane. Another follow-up is saved by Zane as well. Oh, Zane Jackie putting in extra work on defense now in overtime.
Ooh, the
Chicago
muscles.
wins the challenge, but Chrome has that save.
And he got the boost steal as well. Chicago, nuisance in this orange backfield right now, but overtime still tight. Great pressure offensively from Applesauce. You take this one, they got to be feeling good moving forward.
Zol going to play this through to the corner, and he'll miss. So Hato's going to have an easy clear downfield. He'll find Zol. Zol, one-on-one against Chrome, and Chrome comes out the better of the two. Now Chicago's going to lob one in. Again, it would be championship point for Applesauce. If they win this game, they would be up 3-1 in this best of 7. But this is trouble for Hato, because that goes all the way back to Chicago. And now back downfield come Applesauce. He missed that on the side. Now you got to not try to do too much, and he doesn't. He's able to win that challenge all the way across, steal some boost. That's not going to stop Zane Jackie. He's going to try anyways. Let's take 3. Looking for their 7th shot. Hoping it's lucky number 7 here in overtime. Chrome going to drop one down in front. It's a good pass.
Ooh,
and Zane
Vince.
Jackie had it.
Oh,
blocked.
Chicago.
Chicago stopped Vince as well.
Wow, what do you have to do to score a goal if you're take 3? Man, whoever wins this is a well-deserved Astro champion. Both teams here brand new to the grand finals. We've had G2 or some variant of Iris win every team beyond Astro. We've had 5. Here in the 6th, we get a new champion, and whoever wins it definitely has earned it.
Finally, some parity here in North America. As Zane going to bring one through. Needed one more pop, but Hato beat him to the punch. And now this goes off the backboard, and Vince has that as well. Chicago coming up. That was almost a double commit for Applesauce. And good thing nobody was crashing the net, because there would have been a counterattack going to an empty net. Now Hato back the other way into the take 3 zone. And Zane looking to drop that off to Vince. That's a brilliant play from Zane Jackie. Just par for the course for him, really. Here goes Chrome. This is about average for him as well. The shot's going to bounce in, and it is saved. Now Zol, he's up the ladder. One more touch. No, it's not coming in. And Chrome is the one that clears it away.
Oh my goodness, again, his challenges out of the midfield does such a good job being able to get in position to challenge these things, gives so many options to the people behind him or rotating behind him. Chrome, the challenge master.
Chicago just used all of his boost and came up completely empty. He's in a lot of trouble. He's still not able to get back. Now he does. And now he's set up for this. Oh, he gets taken out by Vince.
Ooh,
and so does
demos.
Zol, so Hato has nobody to pass to. And Applesauce have to retreat. Boy, Chicago's going for a lot of very aggressive, very ambitious plays, it seems here. This is not what got him to this point. I wonder if maybe those 4 goals and the fact that this is a 4-minute overtime, maybe starting to get into his head a little bit, feeling like he has to do something to break this up.
Well, as long as you keep going for him, the important thing is if you go for it, you come up with it. Because as soon as he does something like that, comes up empty, it's going to be a big deficit to the people in the backfield.
Hato's going to clear this, but Vince is right there. Zane Jackie, can he get a touch? No, he can't. And away it goes again. Chicago got a big clear. He's got a teammate streaking downfield, but the pass is too strong.
Ooh, is that
Zol
it?
still got it centered, and Chicago I think it was deflected, but either way, another shot from Hato. That's high. Here's the follow from Zol. Great pass, nice shot, and good game.
And a 3-1 series lead for Applesauce. Just threading the needle with that hit off the backboard. Zane Jackie, oh my goodness, if he was able to make that save, you can just give him the win in this overtime, because that would have been nigh impossible. So many options for Zol. Picks the far post. No way he could reach it. Applesauce on the verge of claiming the lion's share of $1,000 here.
Wow. Did you even expect to be saying that?
No.
When we came into this, a 3-1 lead for Applesauce over Take 3. This battle of newcomers to the grand final stage, it is delivering another one-goal game. This one much more low scoring than the previous one. And now if you Take 3, there's some soul searching to go on here. What do you do to get by this Applesauce team? We thought the unpredictability was going to carry them by Applesauce. It clearly hasn't.
And what do you do? I mean, Chrome's doing a great job challenging things out of the midfield. Zane Jackie has been an absolute setup master, getting great passes away from defenders. Vince has been fine in the back of the net all night, and it just doesn't seem to matter. Applesauce always able to find a way.
Now it's Chicago, gonna pop this up. That's bounced in by Chrome. There's one save, they need another.
Ooh.
It's almost an own goal off of Hato and Chicago, and Chrome could not get that cleanly at all. Now Zol's gonna clear it away, and Applesauce gonna feel like they dodged a bullet. But here's Vince. He was going for another one of those double touches. It didn't work out. That's high as well from Chrome. And right now, Applesauce look like a hot mess defensively, but who are we to argue with the results? They're still kept Take 3 off the scoreboard.
Consistency key for them as well, especially now that this is tournament point for them. They have 3 games to win 1 versus Take 3. And you might think, yes, that's an excellent place to be in. But maybe that confidence that you've got so many opportunities maybe gets into their head a little bit. Rocket League is very momentum based. If Take 3 win this one, watch out. Don't give them 1.
As Applesauce try to keep their foot on the throat of Take 3, proverbially speaking. Is this going to be high up in front? Chrome missed it high. Chicago,
wow.
He missed the initial block, and then Zol came in, right place, right time, and downfield it goes. Again, Applesauce get away with one.
Crossbar.
And this is in front. It's trouble, and Vince will calmly clear it away.
Crossbar, crossbar, post, crossbar, crazy save. Applesauce has just got everything going their way on defense right now. And still, all this aggression from Chrome trying to demo people, getting great challenges, it just doesn't seem to matter. Someone from Applesauce always coming up big with a huge touch.
Chrome's got 3 shots. Take 3 as a team have 4. Applesauce don't have a single shot. They have been under heavy bombardment from Take 3. Another one coming in. That's going to be deflected out in front. And again, Applesauce hold off the attack from Take 3. Now Chicago for Hato, and Hato didn't get anything on it. But here's Zol with the follow-up. There's Chicago! Right between the eyes and a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, this all came down to how Chrome cleared that ball. He's done such a nice job all night keeping things tight. If he'd catch that and taken it out on a dribble, he at least gives a 50-50 chance. Unfortunately, just tried to get up to stop that one. Don't really blame him because it could have floated into the top of the net, but that becomes the scenario where you need to get that ball into the corner. Unfortunately, threw it right back. Chicago circled around and took the lead.
Hato's going to collect this after Vince is denied again, this time by Chicago. And Vince, you know, we've talked about how insane Vince has been. He's been a little quiet. Now Chrome dodges the demo attempt from Zol. And Zane's just got to carry this through, stalling for time.
What?
Wow! A laser beam to tie the game.
That is the only description. Laser beam is right. Chrome says, drive it at me. Oh, 141? Good luck. You're not going to find anybody who's going to stop that unless they're sitting right there.
I think if anybody got in the way, they would have blown up. Zane is going to win the kickoff for Take 3. And Chrome actually wins another challenge. Here come Take 3. Boy, that's got to lift their spirits a lot. Zane's going to get a big clear downfield, but it's right at Hato. He's going to try to follow it, and so was Chicago. A little double commit's going to kill off the attack for Applesauce. And now they need to go back on defense, and they've got something to worry about now. Take 3, got a little momentum going their way. And now another one off the backboard. Here's Chrome, and he missed it.
Tough play, though. At least he came up with a touch. He didn't go up in vain. That's the important thing. At least left it in this blue zone so that they can still challenge, steal the boost, keep things on the right side of the pitch for them.
Now it's off of, looked like Hato, and popped away by Vince. And again, back and forth they go. It has turned into Wimbledon here in the grand finals. Just again, waiting for a mistake. Zoll, first touch got away from him, but he wins the challenge over Vince. And now Chicago. Chrome's going to be right there. Good back wall defending. And downfield it goes for take 3. Ooh. They're going to let Chrome line up a shot. It's off the backboard. Vince is there, but Chicago disrupted the shot just enough.
Applesauce really got away with one there. Bar and out. Hato wants it back, but either way, Applesauce able to dodge a huge bullet. They, like you said, gave that shot to take 3, and conceding space to a team such as this, always a dangerous thing. Definitely have to watch that one, but 45 seconds left. Do we get our 5th over the night of the time we've been here, Stax?
Sure. 35 seconds left. Maybe not in overtime.
Maybe not. What?
It goes off of Vincent, and he couldn't make the save.
Let's see what happened here. I was on the wrong camera. Just a week clear from Chrome, finally coming up empty in Chicago. What a power slide to cut that ball out. Just got right around it, scooped it out towards the net. It's a quick 180 attempt for Vince, but that's one you're definitely not expecting to come out. Huge shot from Chicago.
Oh, the kickoff, they almost got the equalizer. The great equalizer almost reared its ugly head. We usually see it in the ones game. Zane wins a challenge. They've got 10 shots as a team. They've only seen 4. But take 3 need a goal here in 15 seconds. And Hato's not going to let them. Now Vince and Chrome, they're side by side. That's not going to work out offensively. Final countdown. Zoll's going to win a challenge. Zane Jackie's got to get this. He can't.
Here we go.
Vince,
they've got passes.
All the way down. He's got Chrome down there. Off the backboard to tie
it.
No, it's sent away by Zoll. Time is running out. It is actually run out. If this ball touches down, Applesauce are your champs. And
That'll
Chicago's got it all the way down. Maybe not. Vince didn't get it cleanly. And that will do it. Applesauce win it in 5 in the grand finals. What a run for this Tier 2 squad. Welcome to North American Rocket League.
My goodness. Welcome to North American Rocket League is the only way to put that. What an incredible showing by these 3 gentlemen. Chicago, Zoll, Hato, didn't matter. Offense and defense found the touches, even against NRG, even against G2. The aggressive demo, the passing, the unpredictableness of Jacob, the coordination, teamwork from G2, the unpredictableness of Take 3. Applesauce have proven themselves adaptive. And boy, did they show up big tonight. A well-deserved win for them. $700 gonna be paid out to them, and what a way to win it. It was for them.
And what you still need to realize is that NRG and G2 are still among the top teams in the world, but tonight is all about Applesauce. They have, again, as you said, they've put on a show for all of us here tonight, and they are as deserving as anybody else. What a performance. Again, outshot in that game 10-4. It was defense that carried them through 5 saves. Wow, what a performance from Applesauce. Again, we haven't seen defense that good in a series of matches.
Since Europe.
Yeah, you'd have to go to across the pond to see defense on that level. The only game that they gave up more than 2 goals, they won that game 5-4 with that 4th crazy goal from Chicago. Wow. Wow. All you can say is just wow.
That is right. And if we had to hand out MVPs, it's tough. I mean, Chicago. I think Chicago is my man as well if I had to pick. But Hato did such a brilliant job in the backfield, kept a lot of things out of the net. Really tough to get by behind there for those guys. But Chicago definitely the man, finding the back wall and the net when it counted. Huge job from him. Well-deserved. But credit where it's due, Vince and crew put up a strong showing. They had some great attempts at the net, but what can you do when the defense is on point? Applesauce just kept it going. Chrome did a nice job keeping things close, giving his teammates lots of opportunities. Zane Jackie, great setups. Vince offensive scoring machine for them, but it all settles for naught. Applesauce, lock it down. Find a way, some crazy shots, crazy defense, crazy win. And with that, Stax, I think we got to go ahead and sign it off. Do you have any final words for everybody?
I just want to point out, you want to be good in like you want to reach this top level of Rocket League. It's not about scoring fancy goals and being an offensive juggernaut. There were 2 hat tricks that you saw in this stream. One of them was Vince. And in that game, he was beaten out because Chicago had the other one, and he scored 4 goals, including the game winner. Defense will get you to the top in Rocket League, whether it's North America, Europe, South America, it doesn't matter. Defense. And it proved tonight for Applesauce. That's going to serve them very well in the months to come.
And on that note, we'll go ahead and sign things off. Congratulations once again to Applesauce, your winners of the Team Beyond Astro Monthly number 6. Stax and I, we're going to go ahead and sign things off. A big thank you to Saucy running things behind the scenes, keeping things smooth. Huge thank you to the players coming out, performing on such a high level for this tournament. And of course, you guys, the viewers. We're going to play some music to wind things down. But thank you very much for watching. You've enjoyed the Team Beyond Astro 1K Monthly.